Day 15. How in the world did that happen? It is amazing to say that number and think of how much I've overcome. And I had that moment this morning where I was just humbled by where I am. There are those moments throughout the day where it could be in the smallest things. Sitting talking with a friend, watching the sunrise, going for a walk, sending a text, when you just realize how much God has done in your life and how far you have come. How you living in the impossibles. The things you said you could never do are now happening and being done. And this morning I had this beautiful moment where I just realized where I've been brought and from where I've been brought. And I was texting a friend and we were talking about something really exciting that's happening. And my response to him was that suddenly life seems too short. I didn't really think anything of it. I just sent it and then walked away. And then I went back to it a couple minutes later and I reread it. And I just started crying. Because that text came from a girl who at one point in her life could not get off this earth fast enough, who could not wait to leave it, who was making plans and acting on them as a way to escape. The anorexia was my slow suicide. I was 14 when I realized that it could kill me. When I truly grasped the severity of it and what it could do. And that seed was planted and it just kept growing over the years. And I was determined, I was set out that that was going to be the way that I was going to die. That this would be my way out. And then there were times where I thought it wasn't happening fast enough. There are 4 distinct moments when I tried to take matters in my own hands and make it happen quicker. And by the grace of God, that did not work. But I was so angry when I realized it was not happening. I was so angry that God kept putting a comma where I wanted a period. There was one moment in particular where that rage consumed me. I just want to preface this by saying when I speak about anything in the severity of the disorder or anything that I've done, it is not to brag or boast about how sick I became. There's always this really fine line with that. Anything that I share is not to give glory to me for how far I went down. It is to give glory to God for how far up He brought me. These stories I share are so that people can see that He is a God of miracles, that He has worked through me, so people can see the work He has done on this earth, because I'm only alive through Him. No other possible way that I could have survived if it was not in His plan. It was not because He is a sovereign, loving God. So in the very depths of the disorder, I won't go into great specifics now. I will save that for another time. But I was very, very close to death. How I made it that far, I don't know. I should never have. But I was brought to the very edge. And I remember waking up in a hospital room, in a room prepped and ready for if my heart stopped. And I opened my eyes and I said to myself, this is not heaven. What went wrong? I was so angry. And then I was even more angry when I heard the doctor say that I was just minutes away. That if only I had taken a little longer to get ready to go. If only there was another red light on the way there. It could have been done. It could have been finished. I was so close. I was so close to getting what I thought I desired. But yet not close enough. And I lived in that anger for a long time. I barely talked to my parents because I was so upset that they tried to save me, that they brought me there. I stopped talking to God because I didn't understand any of it. Why He would let me stay when the desire of my heart I thought was to leave. And I just got really bitter. I could see no way out. We had to do this worksheet when I was in treatment during that time. And it said, where do you see yourself in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years? And all I wrote in some form was death. Because I could see nothing else. I wanted nothing else. But yet here I am, sending texts that are saying that life is too short. Only God could do that. Only God could make that transformation happen. Here I am planning in detail where I will be in 1 year, and 5 years, and 10 years. Getting so excited for it to all happen, for it to all come. And suddenly I'm just sitting here thinking, I don't want to waste a second of it. I don't want to waste a moment of this life, of this millionth chance I've been given. I don't want to sit and wait around for life to happen like I've been doing. I want to go out and live it. There's not enough time to let things come to me. I need to go to them. France is not just going to appear to me. I have to fly to France if I want to travel. If I want to climb mountains, if I want to bungee jump, I have to decide to do it. I have to use this time. And this whole challenge has opened my eyes to that. Truly, of how much I was wasting my time on things that don't matter. Spending countless hours every day looking at myself in the mirror and measuring my body. When imagine what I could have been doing with that time. Imagine what it could have been filled with that would get me to where I want to be in a year or 5 years. I am done spending my time on things that don't matter. It is not worth it. I used to believe that there was not enough time in the day to do what I wanted to. But there is plenty of time when you focus on the things that matter. When you're not spending your seconds and your minutes on things that are only going to destroy you and distract you. So after these 21 days are up, all of this is permanent. I'm not going back to where I was. I'm not going back to wasting my time. Because these feet have land to see. And these eyes have beauty beyond comprehension to go look at. And I've got things to explore and a life to live. And I'm not going to waste another second on it. because life does seem too short. And I wanted to utilize all the time that I'm being given.